Alright guys, how are you guys doing? Vitaly is here, founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club, and welcome to today's In Crypto show. We are talking about what is going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the latest news, and we are always watching the news in the markets because things are not as much as predictable in this space, right? It's a volatile space, it goes up and down. It's very important to stay on track with all developments so that you can anticipate. So we are seeing right now slightly recovery for the Bitcoin market, which over the last several days a little bit going up and up and up each and every day. Right now it's trading at $6,400. So the bulls, people who are anticipating good news, they're defending the price. The smart money, the big money, the whales, they're defending this price. Although I would like to see much higher volume for Bitcoin coming in for it to be a real bull market. So we have $215 billion market cap right now, 6,400 for Bitcoin trading. The market is kind of undecisive at this point in the last 24 hours, except Stellar is up 7.5%. So Peer Coin is up 17.93%, Delta Coin 11%. So congratulations for holding those tokens. We have Auctus 82%, DAXC 43%. Those are some smaller cap coins, right? And of course the biggest losers as well. We have 34% for E+. There's so many coins, hard to keep up. So today I want to start our news discussion with this roundup for regulations with the central bank issued digital currencies. And this is something that the central banks have been eyeing on for quite some time and debating whether to enter the space of crypto, whether to issue their own digital currency or not. So the Bank of Spain, the Central Bank of Spain, recently published a report that is seeking to consider the impacts of cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology on the Spanish economy. And they're basically considering introduction of central bank digital currency to improve the conduction of monetary policy through a better control in the market. So what it all means, and it's not surprising, I've been telling you guys that I see in the future Bitcoin will be playing a big role in the central bank, and they'll be issued their own digital currencies backed by Bitcoin. So whether or not those central bank digital currency currently that they're considering being backed by Bitcoin or not, I think the public will demand that if they're going to be using any kind of digital currencies from the bank, it should be backed by something. It should be backed by Bitcoin, right? So this is, of course, something that can bring a lot of money into the market, into the crypto space, as central banks are entering when they're going to enter the space, and it's all cheap for them yet, right? So they don't see it as a huge market yet. But as soon as the first central bank is going to enter the space, the other central banks are going to follow suit, right? And they might be buying Bitcoin secretly, and that's what I think most likely will happen. They'll be buying Bitcoin secretly and not announce it to everybody at low prices, and because when they announce, it's going to be a big boom. Okay. Kim.com is saying that you gotta get on board Bitcoin before the US debt leaves the fiat currency of US dollars worthless and the economy collapses. And we are basing that on the fact that the debt of the United States is just growing every single year. In fact, the deficit has been increasing by $682 billion since October till July this year. And it is up 116 billion when compared to the same period over the previous year. So the debt is getting bigger and bigger, and is growing faster and faster. And it's, of course, cannot last forever. We cannot see the debt going up and up and up all the time without making some kind of adjustments and crisis in the economy, which some people see it happening sooner than later. Other people say that the national debt doesn't work the same as the personal debt, and they'll just keep increasing and accommodating the increased debt. And for me, it doesn't really make that much of a sense to just arbitrarily increasing the debt and allowing the other countries like seeing that and like trusting they're not going to trust US dollar, right? And we need to hedge ourselves against the possibility like this happening of US dollar collapsing and getting into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has as much chance as anything else to really save us from the possible collapse of the economy. Now the price right now, $6,000 is a crucial level for the price, and I agree with that. While it has the potential to reach $40, $50, $60,000 as soon as the end Q4 of 2018 and first quarter of 2019, it was an important level to defend. That it came back several times to this price point at about 6,000. It was earlier, it was in June, it was somewhere near in April, it was also in February, so it kept coming back to this level. It was in November of $6,000 was an important price point to defend, and we are definitely supporting that price point. Now Square Ltd is developing new ASIC chips for mining, and it seems that more people, like I've been telling you guys, there are more people entering the mining space, and this space is becoming more and more competitive, hence the need to increase the capacity of the chips that are processing those Bitcoin transactions and adding those blocks into the blockchain. As the miners are seeing that the crypto market can reach $1 trillion in late 2018 and $10 trillion by 2030, you know, it is definitely encouraging to go and enter the space. So one firm is proceeding the financing 25.5 million Canadian dollars that are going to be invested into designing, developing, testing, and mass producing those new chips, this new generation of ASIC chips, that just for the focus of mining Bitcoin, creating mining rigs, and that will, you know, be a competition for Bitmain, which is holding about 70% of the mining market. This coming from China. So more companies like this with bigger development, better designs of chips is definitely a good thing for our Bitcoin economy. The more nodes, the more advanced equipment, the more competition, the more difficulty rise, and the cost can go up as well with the mining, which means the Bitcoin price is going to go up with that as well. So that's a good thing. The Lightning Network is being developed and continues to being developed to tackle the scaling issues for Bitcoin, to have more transactions per second on building on the second layers, and those microtransactions that can literally go and those Satoshi tweets, they call them, an app, you can buy like an exclamation mark for 10 Satoshi. And it is just for example for you guys that, you know, in PayPal in comparison, it will charge you 5 cents plus a percentage fee per transaction. So you can't really do microtransactions on PayPal, right? It will cost you as much as the transaction itself, but transaction as little as a fraction of a penny are possible using the Lightning Network, and there's all kinds of application that can be developed around that that will really take advantage of the microtransaction fees that are possible using the Lightning Network. And this is also a solution for the you know, for the expansion of the scalability of Bitcoin. So that's great. Now Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, is actually for the first time is saying about other cryptocurrency that it is cool beyond Ethereum, right? He was only focused on Ethereum, how Ethereum is great. So now he said Zcash is cool. If he would recommend something besides Ethereum, he's saying Zcash. And Zcash is one of those privacy coins that you can use to conduct transactions with greater anonymity that Bitcoin and Ethereum has, right? So the fact that Vitalik Buterin is upvoting Zcash is definitely a positive sign that Zcash is here to stay and be part of a collection of coins that are more privacy-based coins. And we are also seeing developments for Tron Network, TRX, that now very soon we'll be able to use an application called Seeded, and Seeded partner with Tron to be able to allow users to send money, send Tron basically using Twitter, right? Using Twitter and using also, besides Twitter, Telegram, Reddit, and Kakao. So Telegram, Twitter, of course, Reddit, they're huge platforms. Now imagine sending to somebody money over Twitter directly, right? Over Twitter or over Telegram directly. Well, that's exactly what they're about to do here with Tron, sending Tron on those platforms using the service Seeded. Okay, so that's another development. And finally, we have this sad story about one investor that lost 5,500 Bitcoin. Somebody in Bangkok said that there going to be a Dragon coin launched, and a casino in Macau and all of that, and he basically transferred them Bitcoin and never heard back from them, and apparently they sold it for Thai baht, and now escaping to US and South Korea and left Thailand. So the Thai police is going after them. So it's sad to hear stories like this when you are investing especially a large amount of money into something, and because of the nature of crypto and Bitcoin, they can just go and disappear with those Bitcoins, which is the case that happened here. So make sure that you're doing a good due diligence and understand where it is that you're investing your Bitcoin, and do it at your own risk. Everything can happen in this space. So those were the major news for today. Crypto overall, we're seeing signs of recovery right now, and I see Bitcoin towards the fourth quarter of 2018 gaining steam and gaining the bull market, and we can surpass the psychological important level of $10,000. And once we pass that, I believe it can be as soon as September or October next month. So we can be up for the next big major rally and surpass the levels of last year that we've seen almost $19,000 for Bitcoin. All right, so that was the news for today's In Crypto show, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. We just closed the ICO pools for new, in case you missed that. We already closed and distributed the tokens for this ICO. So if you are one of those people, then congrats, and we'll be listed on exchanges on August 21st on 4 exchanges, and I've created a video posted in the Facebook group on exactly how you can redeem your tokens, and you can basically trade your tokens back to Bitcoin. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to see you guys in the next live update.